What is going on, guys? Predator458 here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Iowa. Now, since I got back from my little trip, I haven't really had any really good games. I haven't played a whole lot Wednesday night when I kind of wanted to play. I had to spend some time rendering and getting yesterday's video ready because it wasn't quite done yet. Because during the day I was fiddling too much with stuff related to possibly starting live streaming. Now I'm recording this commentary on Thursday lunchtime. Maybe I have a good game on Thursday night, we'll see, but if I do, that'll be used for next week. So we're with a replay today. We're in Iowa, obviously. Another Iowa video. But the reason why I decided to show you this is because well, as it stands right now, this has been my best game in Iowa so far in terms of number of citadels and pure damage done, and it was really quite a good game. And I had a little laugh. I remember playing this when that guy says in chat how to play a virgin Fuso, and I wanted to throw in there, as with any virgin, lubrication is the key. Kind of wanted to say something like that. I didn't because, no, I didn't. But anyway, so we're on hotspots with the new 3-point domination. And we can see in front of us we got a Cleveland, an Atlanta, and a Nagato. So I think we're taking the lead on the Cleveland, but just looking now, it seemed to have selected the Nagato. But those shots still look pretty good. Get an incapacitation, do 4,000 damage. Now we're doing, this is normally what I do on hotspots when I spawn in the northwest corner. I normally head in this direction because they almost always, the enemy fleet that spawns northeast comes this way, and if we head straight south, we get caught up between their southwestern forces and northeastern forces. Is just horrible, so I prefer to come up here. Normally it works out. But we got some more good hits on that Cleveland at 8,100 damage, which is not bad. And now we're just got some pesky islands in the way. We're just going to have to wait until we clear those. But we're just keeping an eye out because the enemy does have an aircraft carrier. I mean, we have one too, but I actually had a few games last night or the other night where it was just a carrierless game, and it was absolutely wonderful. No carrier on the enemy team, and it's just such a joy, especially in battleships when you don't have to worry about torpedo planes coming in. And then you see a bit more like weird lag where I actually get the damage notification before my shells hit the target. But another 8,100 salvo. We haven't found any citadels yet. We're still looking for them. And Cleveland, notoriously difficult to find its citadel, but we're going to give it a try. And we fire, and crosshair did go onto the mountain, so we'll just have to see if those, and they did manage to scooch over, but didn't lead quite enough. And we take some fire from the Nagato, but we are nearly 10 seconds to go until we can fire. We've slowed down just to try and make sure we can get a shot off before we go behind the mountain. And there we go, we can fire. We'll give him a full broadside, everything scooches over, and I think we go back to full speed now, and we get a citadel and 6 hits for 25,000 damage. And this was quite funny because he says in chat, fuck off. You know what, bitch? You shot at me first. You little bastard. But anyway, he got killed very shortly after our salvo hit. So we got our first citadel, and we were going to send a salvo towards the Citago, and now we get another citadel. 3 hits, citadel for 17,500 damage. And I guess I didn't go full speed. Not sure exactly what I was thinking at the moment. Maybe I just didn't want to charge out into all of these cruisers, but I'm going to fire off another salvo at the Targo, and we are now on the move again. And those shells, one hit for 13,550, sorry, 1350. Would have been nice if it was 13,500, but unfortunately, not that time. But you can see the team's doing pretty well right now. We've got 2 kills and a 100, just over 100 point lead. They do have B and C while we only have A. But, you know, things are going pretty well at the moment. And we got this other Otago. So we fired our forward guns at the Otago in front of us. We'll fire our rear turret towards that Otago. And we're going to, I think we're just going to try and keep closing distance to Span Wolf in front of us. And going to let him have it. And we'll see how those do. And what do we have over there? We've got the Atlanta at 7.8. We get 2 hits. Only 2 hits, unfortunately. But we got to be a little bit careful here because we are now at that range where, even though we're just outside of his torpedo range, we are steaming towards him at full speed. So any torpedoes he fires will have enough range to reach us. And we fire a little bit back on that, and the front 2 guns we readjust. And do we manage to get the kill? Yes, we do. We finish him off with a citadel. So 3 kills to us, but the enemy has now managed to get 2 kills. However, they've just it's only been 2 destroyers, so in terms of the loss of points, it's not too bad. And this Otago is completely screwed right now. But he is, I think he is within range of our aircraft carrier, and he's firing on him. We give him a salvo, and RNG says no. Get 1 hit. But we're just trying to, again, we're trying not to travel in too much of a straight line right now, because if he does send some fishes our way, we will be in trouble if we've been traveling in a straight line. However, at that range, Otago, even with the narrow spread on her torpedo tubes, and we get another citadel and finish off. But even with the narrow spread on her torpedoes, at maximum range, they spread out quite a bit, especially at the middle. You get sort of the 2 on the edges, you know, those are quite close on each side, but there's quite a large gap in the middle. So at least heading straight towards him at maximum range, the gap would probably actually be big enough for us to squeeze through without too much of a problem. But you can see they've now lost, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships. We still only lost 2, and we've now got 2 capture points. So things are looking very, very good for us. And we've gotten 2 kills and 4 citadels, so it's already pretty good match. But let me tell you, it ain't over yet. Still nearly 10 minutes to go. And we're just going to continue firing at this Otago. But before I forget, big news, big news. Well, not really, but this video is my channel's 99th video. 99 videos done, nearly at 100. But more important than the number of videos I've done, as I record this right now, on 96 subscribers. 4 subscribers away from 100. So if you're watching this video, if you've gotten this far, and you hear me say, "What? Come on, be a bro, hit that subscribe button, help me reach 100 subscribers before I reach 100 videos, because my 100th video will be live on Monday. So I've got a couple of days to get those last 4 subscribers. I've heard that once you get to 100 subscribers, you know, your channel starts growing a bit faster. And the algorithm changes on YouTube's how they recommend you get recommended more, whatever. So I'm really keen to see if that's true. It's taken, what, 7 months or so to get to the 100, so it's not too bad. But I'm super keen. So if you're watching this video, if you haven't subscribed, be a bro. Come on, be a bro, and help me reach the big 100, because that's the next step towards really growing this channel. But anyways, we've now got this Nagato at 23.6 kilometers. We have locked him up, We got some torpedo planes, but they're far in the distance, 29 kilometers, but they are closing. And there's the carrier, the Shokaku. So they've all disappeared now, and we got the Fuso and the Amagi, but they're out of range. So we're going to go off and deal with this Nagato first, and some random torpedoes just appearing out of nowhere. And that was obviously from that that Otago I was shooting at earlier. And as you can see, I mean, he was 15 kilometers away for most of that engagement, and his torpedoes were nearly able to reach me because I was sailing towards him. But, you know, we've been maneuvering around and that sort of thing, so they were not a big issue. And here we got torpedo planes at 8.5 kilometers. I don't think they come for us. Shokaku is what, tier 7 aircraft carrier, I think? Was it tier 8? But either way, he's a lower tier than I am. And Iowa's anti-aircraft guns are formidable. So we take our first shots at Ludwig. Unfortunately, he turns the other way soon after we fire, so they all miss. Now this is going to be something that I'm not going to say surprised me, but I kind of wasn't really expecting it in a few minutes time. And we fired him again, and thankfully this time, even though our cursor, our crosshair was kind of on the mountain, the game didn't go full retard on us. It realized that we were actually trying to shoot at him, not the rocks, and it did go over. And as if you've seen a lot of my other videos, I'm always complaining about that because it happens to me all the freaking time, and I do not know why. But that time it didn't, which is good. So Nagato is 10 kilometers away, so we're kind of going into his you know, kind of doing what he wants, I suppose. Nagato is a very good brawler, but, you know, Iowa is not bad. Still got very good armor, so I figured, you know, let's go in and finish her. We've also got nearly 30,000 health more than she does. However, here is where we're going to make a slight mistake. I'm going to try and turn a bit to get all 3 gun turrets on target. And unfortunately, it is going to hurt. And it's going to hurt for him as well. So we fire everything, we immediately start trying to turn back. We get 2 citadels high caliber, do 38,000, but he does similar to us. I think he actually got 3 citadels on us in that salvo. We only got 2, but I mean, we did pretty much obliterate him from the face of the map. He left him with 620 odd health because the game is a dick. Couldn't give me that slight bit extra you know, damage. I actually say to him in chat, you know, nice hits. Because, I mean, I was a little bit surprised. I suppose I should have expected that, but I didn't really. But now we start taking fire from their battleships that are on my port side. They're not showing up on the map at the moment. And there you go, you can see he got 3 citadels in 1 salvo. So good job to him. Caught me a little bit by surprise. But we fire everything at the aircraft carrier. And now we're going to begin a turn to port to go and engage the Amagi, and I think it was a Congo as well. And we just didn't lead enough on the Shokaku, but we'll let our cruisers go and deal with them. They're much better at it. And I'm actually wondering why I didn't, there we go, I was just saying, I'm wondering why I didn't hit my repair ability and get some of that health back, but I've just done it now, so all is well. So we've got the Amagi 16 kilometers away. We're going to just turn a little bit to try and get a bit of an angle on our armor. Turn a bit much here, I think. And also to just try and get the rear gun into play. Kind of haven't learnt my lesson. But we're now taking fire from 2 battleships, which have, each of them has more health than I do, but that's not going to last too long. Iowa is a beast. Iowa is an absolute beast. So now that he's fired, we fully expose our broadside to get the rear turret off, and our front guns are ready, and we're going to immediately start turning back towards him. And those just landed short. It would have been some nice citadel hits, but there we go. We get another 2 citadels and 28,000 damage, and that gives us Confederate. So we've got high caliber and Confederate, and he's down to 20,000 health, and he's going behind the mountain. So now we're going to focus on the Fuso. So it was a Fuso, not a Congo. And we're going to take the lead and fire the front guns. I think we're going to wait for these shots to land, and then we're going to try and get the rear gun around, and those kind of spliced a bit, which is horrible. Amagi manages to sneak another shot over the mountain. So well played to him. Enemy carrier is almost dead, and now we didn't actually try and get the rear gun in play. I think I was just kind of happy with just the front gun. And we're going to fire again, but he's begun turning, which I should have seen, but I didn't. So only one hit for 1,300 damage. But I actually think that is it. I don't think an awful lot more happens in this battle. I mean, exchange shots a few more times with the Fuso. Amagi is now out of the fight for me. But yeah, I don't take much damage. I don't do much damage. Don't get any more citadels at 2,700. Kind of whatever. So I think I'll end it here because it's already 16 minutes. And let's have a look at the results. And as you can see, our team managed to win. We got 51 target hits, 1 incapacitation, destroyed 2 enemy vessels, got a very respectable 8 citadel hits for just under 400,000 silver, 3,500 research, and then as I said, we got Confederate and high caliber. As for team score, we came first place on the team with 2,354 research points. Was at about 400 points above the Cleveland. Amagi was top of the enemy team with 984. And then as for the damage done, as I said, this is the best game I've had so far in Iowa in terms of damage. We did 176,735 from our 59 armor piercing hits, of which 57 were penetrations. And we actually did get 2 secondary hits, presumably on the Nagato, but we didn't do any damage. So yeah, as I said, if you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate you helping me get to the 100. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up button down below, because I really enjoy playing the Iowa, and hopefully you enjoyed watching it. Also, be sure to check the description down below for links to my Facebook and my Twitter pages, and you guys can follow me there as well if you so desire. But anyways, that is it from me. Thank you very much for stopping by. This is Predator458 signing off, and I will see you guys at video 100. Have a good weekend, guys.